What's going on, guys? Haxa here with another episode of Skull the Hero Slayer, and today, I don't know what we're going to do, but there is something I want to say at the top of the episode. I had some comments on the Arthur video about people thinking that my demonstration of Arthur's weaknesses was not good, which I personally disagree with. I think that my run demonstrated Arthur's weaknesses just fine, but I also understand where people are coming from when they have that opinion, because the way I build runs is just like weird. Like, you know, it was an Arthur run that was like primarily physical based and had like Berserker with like extreme physical amps. So like people looked at that and were like, well, you're comparing apples to oranges here. Like, you got like all this physical amp and, you know, you're using Berserker and you're looking at your Arthur and saying, well, this is just weak. But the way I was looking at that wasn't comparing them. Even if I said it, I didn't mean it. Like, I meant the way I was looking at it is like Arthur had a double invisible knife with a lot of crit percent, almost 1,000 magic damage, and was still outputting just mediocre damage. That's how I was looking at it. I was looking at it in a vacuum, but I understand not everyone has the context to look at it that way. And I understand why people thought that the demonstration wasn't good enough. So I think what I'll do, not this episode, but in the future, is I'll make another Arthur run, maybe spawn him from the start, and just build a magic run with similar ideas. Just with like a character that I think is comparable to Arthur, just to show why I think that Arthur is weak. Because whenever I make a point, I don't want people to feel like I'm like lying or like stupid or something, because I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this game. And yeah, like I said, I think I made my point from my perspective, but I understand why people don't see it. So I just wanted to say that because I had a couple comments talking about it, and yeah, I don't know, it's just like, you know, the way I look at this game with like all of my hours of experience is just different than the way most people look at it. And even though I know what I'm talking about, sometimes my points don't come across the way I want them to. So I'll just try and make it more clear. And also another thing I want to say is like, not that I'm even confident we're going to get more updates to this game, but if you are a person who enjoys King Arthur as a character in this game and thinks he's cool, I say this with every character that I think is weak in this game. If you're a fan of a character and enjoy them, but they are weak and have issues, it's better to be honest about those weaknesses and issues than it is to like be like, oh, no, he's actually strong because of this run I had or this run I had, when like it's not about individual runs, it's about the overall experience that you have with a character. And I've played plenty of King Arthur, and I can say with confidence, based on all the other characters that I can think of that do similar things, he is behind the curve. And that's really all I wanted to say, because like, you know, like I whenever I make runs like this and videos like this, I like to drive home points. And if the point I drive doesn't get across the way I want it to, I want it to get across the way I want it to. So I just wanted to say that because there were a couple comments, but that's more than enough to like make me think like, well, maybe I didn't do it the way I wanted it to. So yeah, just wanted to say that at the start. I'll try and make another Arthur run soon, with the point of the run being why I think the character needs help. So yeah, I do think that run was like it to me, it got across the point, but like I said, I was looking at it in a vacuum, and I understand not everyone has that perspective. So that's all I wanted to say. Let's begin this run. I won't lie, I did literally just get done trying to do a run and lost it in the worst way possible, so I'm a little down. It was actually a pretty good run too, like it was coming together, but it was like a extremely low roll door count run, and just didn't have the resources that it needed at the point that it needed them to live. But it was coming together in a major way, and I'm a little down in the dumps, so hopefully this run cheers me up a little bit with some good RNG. No low roll doors, all that good stuff. You guys know what it is. But yeah, we're here recording the second attempt today. Hopefully it goes a little bit better. We'll know by the time we get to the next room if we're on a high or low roll door run. And even then, it's like, if it's a low roll door run, I can deal with that as long as the game gives me gold % gain or some decent treasure items. That is a very interesting way to begin this run. Bone of Courage is just really good, but you need 2 Power Skulls to make it good. I was thinking this run would be more centered around the Swordsman, but now I'm starting to think maybe we go a different route. Makes me wish I had, like, Officer or something. Just a nice big hitter. Genie is not the best user of something like Bone of Courage because he's not the biggest hitter. Which, by the way, high roll door count run. Already off to a better start than the last one. I think I mentioned this in the last video, but if I didn't, I'll just say it here. You know, I understand not everyone understands the shit I talk about whenever they come to my channel. Because, you know, there's not a lot of Skull content creators, and the ones that do still exist don't talk about the things I talk about. But that's just because, like, I'm so in the weeds with this game when it comes to mechanics because I've played it for so long that I just pick up on these things. Door count is, like, how many doors you go into on a given run. It's not a set thing. It's actually, like, a flexible amount. You can go into a lot of rooms. You can go into a few rooms. The more rooms you go into, the better because the more resources you have, like bone shards, money, etc. And the way I was about to word it in a way that makes it sound subjective, because it's not. The way you know how many rooms you're about to go into, if it's a high amount or a low amount, is, and this only applies to the Dark Mirror, but it's worth saying anyway. If you go into 3 rooms in Act 1, Part 1 before you get to the first shop, that's how you know your seed is going to have less doors. If you go into 4, that's how you know it's going to have more. And we went into 4, so that's how we know it's going to have more. I see sometimes people say, like, well, you also know with your core quartz amount, which is not true, because core quartz has more to do with like event rooms than it does high or low roll door count. I'm pretty sure regardless of if your run is high or low door count, you get the same amount of core quartz on any given like section of a game. So we're not going to take this, by the way. We're going to keep going. Heritage clone stamp is not that good. That is probably better than just like going to the legendary. We'll get the legendary on the next shop. That's like a good item. So it's like I'm not going to turn my nose up at something that's good just to hope for something better. And we're getting a little cooked here. It is what it is, though. We have like a good amount of damage %. We got the Bone of Courage to start us off. We're going to be hitting like a truck for this portion of the game. We just want to be dashing a lot, which is something that Genie actually likes doing because his dash is really good, so. And dashing is just an action you want to be doing in Skull anyway, because dashing is obviously a good way to avoid damage. Yeah, I don't think she has a chance in hell at ulting. We should be out of here very soon. You know what would be really cool is if you gave me your legendary. And there's my wife. There she is, guys. Always count on Medusa. She shows up every run. And guess what? She was on the last run too, so. It really is true. She's my rock and my my connection to this earth. Gotta love her. Can't live with her. Can't live without her. Am I right, guys? The old ball and chain. Boom. Yeah, we're doing good damage for this portion of the run. Definitely a good start. Hey. Aw, man, he's like too far off the ground to get hit by Hunter's boots. Also, Omen is back. I had an Omen on the last run. It was a good one. Symbol of tough. Symbol of death? Yeah, symbol of death. Symbol of toughness is a regular item. Not that item, though. That item is garbage. Especially on a run like this. I do think that the Artifact Omen, at the minimum, is a little better than people give it credit, but not by a lot. It's like a fairly okay Omen, but I think it's the kind of thing you want to carry on your run for the downside that Omens bring. Omens are scary, so it's like if I'm going to have an Omen on a run, it better be doing a lot for me. Interesting. We could go a bleed route from here. We can try to make it work. I'll take the Miracle Grail. That's definitely one of the items you want to see on bleed. That is unfortunate. I am going to pass it. Stupidly so. Never mind. That's actually decent. Maybe the money would have been better, but like I'd rather have an item that's actively helpful than a shitty item I don't care about. Just sell it for money or whatever, but it's like, I don't know. Let's make this a little easier on us in the short term. I'll take the purple flurp, and I'll sell this. Buy Misfortune on the Pedestal, because the Thief Armor is going to be pretty useful in the short term, and we're on a high roll door count run, so we could be a little less smart with our money. But also, like, Thief Armor is just like a bit of an underrated item in the Skull community these days. Back in the day, it used to get its respect, but once the Dark Mirror came out, people kind of like forgot about it. And I'm not saying it's like some incredible top tier item or anything, but it's definitely better than it does, or the credit it gets, I guess, which is nothing. It's good in rooms, and rooms still matter in Skull. Arguably more than bosses once you get to a certain point. That was a bit of a clunky room, I'd say. We've killed, like, all of the enemies that normally run away with my money so far. It's like, that's my hard-earned money. You better give that to me. Like, I earned that shit. So don't think about going anywhere with that. Like, you're dead, and I'm going to get my 5 gold. It's actually even less than that, I think, but either way, I want it. I'd like giga gold % gain on the Arthur run and killed an enemy and got 5 gold, and was, I guess that's like my mental math now of what I jumped to, but it's probably more like 2 gold. It's like nothing. Swordsman's going to be our bread and butter for this early portion of the run. If we can get Bloodfest, we are like so fucking set down a bleed path. I'd really love to do a bleed run, a really, really good one. The problem with bleed, if you want to like get into this territory, is a lot of things, but more than anything for me, it's like the quality of items is like kind of crappy. There's not a lot of good bleed items. That's just one of the problems with bleed. Which isn't to be negative on a run about bleed that could become a bleed run, but like it is worth talking about the downsides. Like I said at the start, if you like something, you should be honest about it. So maybe one day they do something about it instead of like plugging yours, be like, oh no, it's actually great, it's actually great. Bunch of crap, but I'm not shocked. It's Yiggy, so break that, get the rare money. Hopefully we get a good curse to set us on a good path here. Life change. Alright, hell run time. Nothing wrong with a little hell run, dude. Time for hell. But also the potential output of such a run is like enormous, so just play well and don't take a bunch of damage, right? Just get good and all that stuff. Gotta be careful, though. Any damage I take is permanent until we get to shops. Or Arachna Shrines, of course. On runs like this, my Arachna scaling in the directions I want it to go tends to be slower, too, because we're, like, healing at, like, the shrines. So we gotta be just careful, above all else. We have no bone shards so far, which is pretty crazy. We'll also free him since it's early enough. We don't have gold % gain, but like, I don't know. We'll probably get something out of it. And if we don't, we barely lose anything. And what if he shows me something good, you know, like the rare occurrence that he actually shows you something decent. Nope. I didn't even see how much I lost or gained. Whatever it is, it's like negligible. We don't have to worry about it. God, look at the amount of life change we have already, dude. We're like soaring. We're kind of killing it, dude, if I'm being honest. Keep dropping these healing orbs, man. Let's make this run, instead of a hell run, let's make it an easy run. Just give me omega damage at the start. Interesting crossroads here. I don't need treasure for it right now, so I'm going to take the invisible knife. We'll hopefully just get it here, which we did, so. We can get rid of this for now, I think, even though it makes us weaker in the short term. Sure. It's fine. We'll overcome. We have life change, which will help a lot. We're going to be looking for a nice power skull here, or swap away from the Bone of Courage. Go a more traditional route. I don't think we have the capacity here to awaken our masterpiece items, and we don't really care to keep them anyway. Fulgent Dawn is probably worth trying to build. Right now this run's a little aimless. We can get rid of our masterpiece stuff here, I think. It'd be okay. Ooh. Deal with these guys. That was rough. Thankfully, there's a heal shrine there, so I'm not omega punished for my mistake, but I should have taken those guys out a long time ago. 9 life change already is pretty good, dude. 9 life change kind of rules. Commons in Act 2, Part 1. I guess that's acceptable, I guess. It's whatever. I mean, it's not acceptable in the sense that I like it. It's just like, you can... It's not, like, unreasonable, you know? But I would like a Nat Legendary game, if you could be so kind as to throw one my way. Make it an interesting one, too. We don't care for her. So we're already getting 100 damage % from our life change. The life change is so fucking good, man. It's so OP. Can't believe that didn't hit her. Is she dead? No, she's alive. She's still kicking. We don't heal after this, so I took a little bit more than I'd like there, but that's whatever. Get some life change value off of those. Take the bone shards. I think I'm going to upgrade my swordsman, because like whichever route we go from here, be it like crit items or bleed, he's going to be good at either. So, and plus, I just like the guy. Now we have more incentive to swap, because his unique swap is way stronger than his rare or common swaps. And I've already been swapping a lot, so... Okay, I don't like this. Let them have their space. I will respect the Gatling Gunner. As they deserve to be. There is an interesting proposal. I think it's better than this, so let's just get rid of that. Yeah, dude, this thief armor rules, man. This is stuff like this is why I love this item, even though it's like not what it used to be in terms of like power level. It's still really good. You can't go wrong with crit items, man. Even the weakest crit item is still good. If only we had like Evil Sword Kyrian for this round, I'd be so much happier. Don't care for that. Yes, please. The wheel is interesting here, but I think we need to hone our strategy here. So let's just look for stuff that we can build around. I say as I take my pet item. I think you can probably get rid of the thief armor now. Look, man, what can I say? I'm a fan of the wheel. It's fun, it's cool, it's neat. It builds around the stuff I like. I'm a bit of a sucker for it. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real, Hax. You guys know me. Okay, I don't like that. Just break this. Oh, fuck off. Oh, fuck off. Okay, we are not in the best of shape right now. To play very carefully against Leona sisters. And there's slime. Interesting partner. Better than the genie, I think. Either way, we got some items to delete here. This goes. This goes. I think everything else here is acceptable. Really wouldn't want to see this duped, but I'm gonna keep it there anyway. It could still this could become an ability spam item run out of nowhere, and it helps the invisible knife. That's what I wanted to see duped. That is what I wanted to see. I won't lie. That is what I wanted to see. Not too shabby, game. Now just let me live with my reassembly intact and everything will be alright. Alright, this is a sight for sore eyes here, dude. I don't think I've ever been happier to see the halfling. She even gave me a decent heal. Thank you, halfling. Ooh! Thanks for the money. I really wish I still had Treasure 4, but I think everything we were building towards is more important. I was just making sure what I still had. I don't remember dropping the wheel, but I guess I did. Or did I ever take it? Did I fuck up and not take the wheel? I don't know. By the way, I gotta lock the fuck in, so. Dude, if Bloodfest shows up, this run is going to be, like, insane. Like, actually insane. Could I be so lucky? Man, I am fucking pleading with the fates and pleading with the fucking gods and all of mankind to show me fucking Blood Feast, or Fest, I mean. Don't show me Blood Feast. That doesn't exist, okay? Don't use that as like a genie kind of fuck you over kind of situation. Where it's like, oh, you wish for this thing that doesn't exist, so what are you complaining about? Gotta be careful here, because she might just die, so I'm just gonna let her kill me here. We're doing that much damage with double Miracle Grail. Blood Fest, Blood Fest, Blood Fest. Please? None of this is enticing. I think I'll take this just to potentially build around Terrible Blade Shards if we get lucky. I also need to heal at the statue. I'm just gonna hold off, I guess. Could have taken Go-Getter, but we have to heal here. Play it safe. That's why I really wish I had Treasure 4. One of the many reasons, I guess. Let him just chill. I'd probably be wise to come down here and just kill this guy. It's like the odds of him waking up and like ruining my life are like so terrifying that I'd rather just get him out of the way. Now we can safely deal with the rest of these fools. Common chest is pretty cringe, I won't lie. Though it does give me a way back into Treasure 4. I think at this point, this can maybe go. Get rid of this. Maybe I'll regret that later. But right now, it seems like the correct choice. Alright. We're not at a shop yet, but we're pretty healthy, so not too worried about it. Though, obviously, Act 3 is really scary. That is unlucky, by the way. Oh, I hate that. So unfortunate. Like, at this stage of the run, I should be seeing a lot more useful skulls. I think we can still stop them if I'm fast. Okay. Basically, the mass amount of our damage comes from Swordsman. The vast majority of what we're able to do. Oh, shit. We are not at a shop yet. Okay. Kind of scary, I won't lie. This room, thankfully, doesn't have anything horrific in it, but I can still take a bunch of damage out of nowhere, because it's Skull, and Skull is mean. We're just going to let him have his baby tantrum. We're going to have to dodge these stupid crystals in the meantime, though. We are... Oh, we're almost max. Okay, wow. We've gotten really lucky on the... We got really lucky on the heal orb so far. Oh my god. Okay, but really unlucky in other factors that are really important. That is so stupid. There, we're maxed. Good stuff. Let's buy the food. Buy that. Maybe should have bought those boots, actually. Golden Whip is good. Make our future shops a little stronger. Like, we're doing okay in terms of resource management. We don't have a lot of really good stuff yet, but, like, that'll come, hopefully. It's a high roll door count run, which means we're more likely to come across stuff we want to see. I'm also just going to go over here and kill this Frieza. It's unfortunate to have the slow attack speed because of the food we got. How much slower we are. But we're back on track with... Ooh. We're back on track with Treasure 4. You love to see it. You really do. We'll get rid of our slow attack speed after this room. This is a pretty nasty room, all things said. Thankfully, we're just OP, so... doesn't even matter. There's still a Frieza down there, though, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Did I get hit me? We will never know because he's dead. This is where I died in the last run, so I think we're probably going to live this time, so... But once again, don't get too ahead of yourself. We could die. Oh! She should die here, yeah. Alright, really, really clean Act 3 Adventurers. The last run I had at this stage, I think was stronger than this run. It just goes to show how little things along the way can really change how runs go. So, it is what it is. Are we building magic on this run? If it becomes a bleed run, no, but I feel like I should hedge my bets a little bit. Get rid of this. Even though I want it for terrible blade shards potential. Upgrade our swordsman to legendary. We need a nice foundational partner skull. Not that, like, whatever. Hercules can be that character, but I have other characters that I'd prefer over him. His swap can be a little dangerous. If we can just get Bloodfest on this run, it's like so unbelievably over. And you guys will see like an extremely cool run from here. Nothing here is once again worth our time. Okay, she's out of the pool. Who do we have left that we want to see? We want to see the Spokesman of the Mist, the remaining one. Healing Orbs are pretty much worthless to me now, so not picking them up doesn't do anything. So I think there's one over here. Even if there is, who cares? Disgusting Frieza, but I think we're strong enough to not care. How did I not get hit there, dude? Not that I'm complaining, I just don't know. Oh! Thank you. Yeah, we're starting to catch up to where we should be with our bone shard count. Though we are still a little far behind. We need probably to carry Treasure 4 into Act 4 to catch up. And also get a little lucky with our, like, treasure chest. Get some urns out of them. That'll help, though. Alright, what are we looking for? Some good bleed items. Something like this is also really good on a bleed run. You know what? I don't think we need this. I think the life change will carry our magic damage as much as we need it to. Now this, on the other hand, it's just good even with bleed 4 because bleed 4 can crit if we're going bleed 4, which I'd like to. The issue is what goes. I think that's the only item that makes sense to get rid of, but we lose a lot of our physical damage. Our magic is higher than our physical somehow. How? Like, actually... Oh, this. Okay. I think we can get one more refresh in. This could work. Well, that's not good. The shop was a wash. We did get a nice dual item, but that was not a good shop. Let's see if we can wake this guy up. He's up now. Ain't no denying it. Give me urns. That's good too, actually. Money's always nice. You get more money from an item than you get from, like, the money that drops out of a treasure 4 chest. I think any item, maybe not commons, but I'm pretty sure, based on past information I was told, commons do drop more than just the money as well. So whenever you see an item come out of a treasure chest, even if it's one you don't care for, it's still better than anything else you could have gotten, except for urns, of course, but... How, dude? Also, this motherfucker's launching missiles. Get an urn. You'll love to see it. Now we can upgrade our Hercules if that's what we want to do, but I might hold off for another round. Because I'd like to just invest these in the skill cooldown attack speed, but... And if you're wondering... It is absolutely worth swapping often with Swordsman because he gets more bleed chance, and also his swap is just OP. So, like, we do want a partner skull. This is not like the kind of run where I, like, go mono skull and just don't swap. Just, like, I don't think Swordsman is, or Hercules is the ideal character for that. That hit me really hard. Why did that hurt so bad? Also, the weaknesses of the run are starting to show here. Like, we're not as strong as I thought we were going to be for this boss. We're not weak, we're just falling behind, so we need to fix that. As long as she doesn't jump again, though, man, she got close. That's not a good sign. We gotta do something about that. Not ideal. And none of these items are ideal either, unfortunately, but we'll take the money. Ambition. And weapon of arms. Hidden Blade, Artifact, Hidden Blade. So that's 90. I think that's it. Can't be worse. We'll take Ambition, though. One reason we're a little weaker than we would like to be at this stage is because of the... You know, let's heal here a little bit. But it's because of the lack of Go-Getter. Because we do have the crit item aspect of this run. But if you're wondering, bleed is status damage, so it is not affected by Go-Getter. Like, status is its own special thing. Most inscriptions are item damage, but not statuses. Oh. Interesting. We're probably going to end up taking that. We're hedging our bets here at this point for bleed focus, or maybe bleed side focus, and crit item main focus. I really don't want to get rid of treasure 4, but I think it's the only thing that makes sense, unless we get rid of this. But we definitely want courage on this run. I hate this, but it... fuck. We're still far behind in bone shards. I don't know if we'll be able to recover it. Ooh. Okay. Shit. Okay. Maybe everything's gonna be all right. Also, C check. There you go. Every time I see Olive Tree Cudgel, it's the first thing that pops into my mind, thanks to that person. Even though I don't even think they're accusing me of cheating, it's just like funny to me. Shouts outs to you. I don't even know your username. You can tell me if you want, and maybe I'll try and remember it. I don't even know how you would cheat in Skull the Hero Slayer. I've only been accused of cheating like once or twice ever, and it was really funny. This could be good. I like the execute, but at the same time, we need to get a grip on this run. I think part of that is getting a... I don't know, is this even a good enough courage item? I feel like replacing this with this is just odd. Let's do it for now. Purple Florp, because it's just going to be good on this run. We're past the point of treasure. Let's buy Duel on the pedestal. This would be a very weird but interesting apple run. Because the thing about excessive bleeding is, excessive bleeding 2 is like good enough. Let's read it here, because I usually don't read excessive bleeding. Perform normal attacks, has the chance to apply wound. That's just regular bleeding. But the thing about excessive bleeding 2 is amplifies bleed damage by 60% is like the benchmark inscription power level of this. Excessive bleeding 4 is actually a lie, or it's like misleading. It says bleed becomes critical hits. All it does is give bleed the chance to be a critical hit. It doesn't make all bleed critical hits. You might read excessive bleeding 4 and think like, oh my god, that's like the most OP thing ever. But no, it's actually pretty niche. This is a run that could actually do it, is the thing. We're just not getting the items we need to make it work. So you have to you know, build around what you're given in this game, which is very important. It's like one of the biggest run building skills you can build up in Skull. And that's what I'm doing right now. Harpy's good to see. God, I love Medusa, dude. I love Medusa. She's so fucking great. I'm so glad that I've just, like, hopped fully aboard the Medusa is the best Quint in the game. Thing instead of, like, towing the line that everyone else tows. Where it's like, oh, yeah, Orc, dude. Fuck Orc. Alright, Adventurer is actually... Oh, never mind. Oof, we're not even there yet. Adventurer will be scary when we get there, but we're not there, so hold your horses. Oh! Dude, this room is scary. Why is this room so scary? Stop being so scary. Dude, this room has taken a lot of my HP. Thankfully, she's here to help, so... Thank you. Thank you! Should have waited until we killed these guys to take that, because it actually took 4 of my shield. That's whatever, though. That's not whatever, though. That's terrifying, so I'm gonna be locking in here. Hopefully I don't die. We're beating him up. We have iframes whenever we cast our skills on Hercules, so... Easy. Kind of. He's not easy in a vacuum, but we actually did that hitless, you can tell, because of my shield that I have left, so... Maybe I have the right to say easy after all. And we'll upgrade Hercules here. He has even more iframes whenever he's upgraded, so... That would be acceptable if I wasn't so terrified. It also gives us Bone Plus. And this seems like it's heading towards an apple kind of direction, which is, like I said, a weird option, but shockingly, I'm kind of happy with it. You know, I never thought I'd be doing like a mixed damage bleed apple run. But it's working. I guess it's hardly mixed damage. We just have, like, the Invisible Knife, but... Invisible Knife is Invisible Knife. It's like... It just kind of justifies itself. How dare you? Okay, we're getting really lucky with the bone shards at the last second. Classic skull. Oh my god, bro. Pfft. Okay. Hey man, sure, dog. That's sure, man. Hell yeah. Definitely a no-brainer. Get rid of this. Change this to execute, probably. No, brawl. Brawl. Easy brawl. Alright, yeah, dude, this run's busted. This run's busted as hell. This run is like a great example of like why you don't have to go all in on bleed. But obviously, of course, I'm profoundly lucky to get like double Miracle Grail. Like, I don't think you could always do this, but like bleed is bleed 4 is just niche. Bleed 2 is like good enough a lot of the time. It's especially good enough if you just get lucky and get double Miracle Grail. It's like we don't need much else. Oh. Dude, look how strong we are. We're kind of like killing it and shit, you know what I mean, bro? We'll see how it fares in the endgame gauntlet, though. But, like, I don't think we'll, like, the Chimera fight was a weak showing. I don't think this will be a weak showing by any stretch. I think we are going to do decimate the endgame. But we'll see. I've had runs lately where I thought they'd be very strong and ended up being a little weaker than I thought they'd be. Okay, I'm going in every room in the entire game, apparently. No bone shards, though, so what was it all for? Help me! Uh-oh. Wait, no, that's not what I want. Is this it? We're released. Good shit. I think I'm gonna take this. The amount, 40% amp is maybe worth it. It's, I'm gonna take this. It's better more often, I feel like. Maybe I'll regret it, but I doubt it. It'll probably be negligible difference. Just show me Hope Slasher and make it like a moot point. This will probably be the harder of like the segments left because we just can't status these things. Though I could also be overestimating how much of a role status is playing on this run. I doubt it, but maybe. And when I say harder, I don't mean hard, mind you. Just harder. Dunked on. Let's get this over with, Joan. I don't got all day. She's totally gonna ult here. I hate you, Joan. Just give up. Owned. Hope Slasher, please. Well, you know, you can't win them all. Maybe I should have taken the HP, but I'm gonna take the money. Guys, it can still happen. Bloodfest. Okay, well. That's fine. Whatever you want, game. I'll remember that, though. Putting that in the memory bank. Dude, if we had Bloodfest, it'd be so unbelievably over. It'd be, like, ridiculous. Pretty bad Arachna scaling, but at least we got what matters up, so... I don't know. I can't complain too hard. Everything about this run's pretty redonkulous. Could still get Hope Slasher, though. You can never have enough Hope Slasher, right, guys? Right, guys? Right, guys? Where were you earlier, by the way? Alright, well, that's fine, I guess. We'll just see what's behind the curtain. Nothing good. Nothing lost, I guess. Alright, here's the part where I go over the items. If you need to pause the video and read what an item does, you may do so. Here I go. And the stats, they're gonna get better. Yeah, this run's really, really good. It's a really good run, and I'm really curious how good it's gonna be. It's not the kind of run I see very often, so... I don't even remember the last time I got double Miracle Grail. It's been a long time, though. Been a long, long time. That's what's going to happen to Dark Hero. I'm going to do that to him. And then some. He's not even going to know what hit him. Little bitch. No! Asshole. Wasting my time. Yeah? And what was it for, Mr. Hero? What was it all for, huh? What did you get out of that? Only he knows. We never will. Because he is dead, and I am alive. Okay, I'm being a little stupid. Let me reel it in a little bit. He's probably gonna get the ult here, and it's whatever. I think if I had stayed out as, or if I had swapped at some point into Swordsman to get like the extra bleed proc before he got to this point, I could have killed him, but Swordsman is definitely the mastermind of this run. Hercules is doing his job though, just fine. Alright, take me on up, fellers. I'm going on to the next chapter. Like, who chooses this? I don't want to insult anyone who does choose that. Basically, my advice to you is, unless you don't care to learn this portion of the game, don't be afraid to just go out here and lose, because, like, you didn't lose anyway, even if the game considers it a loss. Like, if you got to this point, like, this is just gravy, right? Like, getting a victory screen is like, you know, obviously good, but if you want to learn this portion of the game, your best bet is to just move forward and try and learn it. Like, because it's a trial and error kind of thing. When I first started playing this portion of the game, I wasn't immediately good at it. Like, it took a while, so just don't be afraid to, you know, fight Dark Skull, fight Alexander. Maybe even take it one at a time. Start with Alexander, get good at him, then try and learn Dark Skull. But I just think going home at that point is a bit of a... It's just like, why do it, right? That's how I see it. God, we are so OP. Good lord, brother. This is definitely the kind of run where I think if I'm smart, I can kill him before he does his Giga ult. I'm gonna give it a try. It's been a while since we've seen the giggle anyway, so it's like if he does it, whatever. Okay, he's doing the fast ult, which is whatever. Keep in mind, even if he jumps here, we still have time to kill him after he's done. It's a matter of, we're gonna chase him over here, we're gonna beat him up. Beat him up. We got him. A little reckless of me, but I really thought this run could do it, so why not try? We'll take the tibia and be on our way. But as you saw there, he was going into the Giga ult, which is like usually what I'm trying to avoid when I leave him at like a little above half HP. Because for whatever reason, it's not half HP where he starts the Giga ult. It's like ever so slightly above, and I don't have a mental image of exactly where it begins. So I usually try and leave him with like maybe like a fifth of his HP left. Either way, Alexander is cooked beyond cooked. Because we were strong before, now we have the envious tibia. Our crit items are going to be critting. You guys know the drill. If you've been here long enough, at least. He's unbelievably cooked. I don't even have to try. Like, genuinely. You know, sometimes I get a little cocky and in my head, and I'm like, oh, shit, oh, better lock in. Not this time. We win. Goodbye, old friends. Bye. This is the part where the rift would happen. You can always tell because of the audio cue in the music. That's something that I think is really cool about especially the final bosses, is they all have like audio cues that tell you in the music where something would be happening. Makes it a little easier to learn the fights. Oh, we don't even have our tibia. What am I doing? Get that shit up. Bye. My orb! We can't get it. Well, now what do we do? Maybe? Was that cool? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look, you can see like the Hercules, and you can see like the apparition of Swordsman and like the swap. It's like a letter A. What could it mean, guys? What could it mean? Anyways, GG's. Yeah, dude. Just absolute OP run. I'm glad that I was able to incorporate some bleed stuff into this run. I would have loved to have leaned more into bleed, but you can only, you know, the game gives you what it gives you, and you have to build around it. And that's something I always try to emphasize is like, you know, when it comes to Skull, the meta is kind of set, unfortunately. So, like, what's strong is strong and what's weak is weak. So, like, and really, I guess what I should say is, like, what's easy to build is easy to build, and what's hard to build is what's hard to build. So, it's like, something like Bleed is one of the hardest archetypes to build around because it's so high-end dependent. You need Miracle Grail. You want Bloodfest. I would say if you only have one Miracle Grail, you need Bloodfest. But if you have two, you can make it work pretty well, I guess, as we did here. But the odds of getting two Miracle Grails are very low. So unless you cheat, which cheat to your heart's content, I don't care. But yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. Crit items are just what they are. They're really easy to build. They're really powerful. You know, rare, unique, and then sometimes you get lucky and get this. You can get these pretty reliably. This has Brawl on it, so you can put Brawl on the pedestal. It's just really simple, really powerful. You can generate a lot of strength through that. And so I just get lucky, apparently, and get this a lot. I don't know how often you guys get it, but I get it fairly often. So it is what it is. I can't explain it. It just is what it is. We also got really lucky with Life Change and Ambition, too. Just all across the board, really powerful stuff. perfectly built skull run, I would say. No issues. Hopefully, no one takes issues with it like the last run. Even though I think that run was fine, and I'll defend it to my dying breath, but whatever. Yep. That's really all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye bye.